Yeah, welcome back to the PMdistilled talks. Today, we will discuss about how to conduct effective sprint retrospective meetings. So, before getting into it, what are the real symptoms of ineffective sprint retrospectives? One of the key symptoms of ineffective sprint retrospectives is that people don't discuss about the real problems. They talk about nice to hear things, and it is not. That is because the environment is not that open. It is not that trustworthy. So that is the reason why people don't really open up. And there should be a good system or method where when somebody talks, others should not question that talk. Maybe one of the techniques that can help is the Six Thinking Hats by Edward de Bono, where the meeting can be compartmentalized into uh, multiple stages where in the first stage people highlight the problems. Second stage, people highlight the good things that happened. So when somebody talks about a problem, immediately nobody should counter it with a counter argument. So all the problems must be recorded, all the best practices or the lessons learned, good practices, that also must be recorded. Then we should get into the discussion mode so that people can express their ideas very freely. So maybe a tool which I found useful is the Six Thinking Hats by Edward de Bono. Maybe we can customize a little bit and then start using them effectively for conducting very good sprint retrospective meetings. Uh, then another structured way to improve the effectiveness of sprint retrospectives. One is allocate sufficient time. The second one is uh, instead of discussing about opinions and views, if you can project the that sprints burn down chart and discuss about all the ups and downs, and whenever you see a rule of seven, that also a pattern that also can be discussed. So suddenly there is a uh, crest and then there is a trough. So each data point we should analyze. Uh, you just project the burn down chart and analyze the each crest and each trough, or each up and each down, and maybe sometimes you see a smooth curve. So we can go beyond those patterns and try to understand the causes that led to that. So that can be a great pointer to systematically analyze the good practices and the bad practices which can be improved, which must be improved in the subsequent sprints. So these are the key tips. The first one: no substitution for an open environment. Nobody should be reprimanded for being very bold about their opinions and views. So it is the Scrum Master's responsibility to create an open environment, a trustworthy environment where people can express their ideas without fear. And the second point we discussed is the Six Thinking Hats by Edward de Bono, where the whole meeting can have a staged approach uh, with specific themes for each stages. And then the third one we discussed was to project the sprint burn down chart and then do a root cause analysis of every up and every data point on the upside and below the ideal, which will give us the probable root causes against which we can take meaningful and practical corrective and preventive actions. And apart from the fluctuations, we should focus on the uh, stabilization part of it. So where the burn down is sloping down without any disturbance, that also we should analyze. So these things will help all the Scrum teams to conduct better sprint retrospective meetings. Otherwise, the same issues will keep repeating sprint after sprint. So use it as a good investment. Don't be in a hurry to complete it very fast. Uh, but and Many teams for logistics issues, logistics convenience, they do this along with the sprint reviews. But then there must be clear demarcations. Uh, Sometimes it helps if you take a break, a small break after the sprint review, take a small break, and then come back for the sprint retrospective. In the retrospective meetings, we need only the product owner, scrum master, and the developers. All others can go uh, if they are not invited by the scrum master. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please post it as a comment. I will be answering them.